Just got this interesting package in the mail. We better see what's inside. I know I've ordered speakers, but this is interesting. Welcome back, guys and girls, to another episode of Dad's Toy Garage, and we're working on Project Judith Ann, my 1973 Toyota Celica. And today's project is going to be these speaker boxes, which are truly time period correct and vintage. It's going to be awesome. They're getting a bit of a restoration today, and we're also going to be doing this quilted throwback type rear parcel shelf cover. So that is today's project, and all this will help throw this car back into the time period of mods you would have seen on I guess a day two kind of build of car, which I'm excited about. It really sets it off. So let's get into this, let's have some fun, and let's get her done. Just at the fabric store, I got some quilted material. I got the original rear dash here, I guess rear dash cover. And we're going to combine the two. The very first Celica I ever saw of this body style was in the Wrecker, and it had remnants of old school, and that's exactly what I want to put in here as a bit of a throwback to that car, and it's kind of caught my attention ever since, and I thought it would be perfect. We're kind of going for a bit of a retro vibe on this guy. It'll kind of match the period correct aftermarket rims and stuff like that, so just little touches here and there. All right, guys, girls, got the diamond tuft rear dash pad, exactly what I was after. That should add some real retro to it. Love it or hate it, there it is. I ordered something pretty special off of eBay. Figured I'd let you guys know when it came in. But these guys here, they're in a little rough cosmetic shape, but I got a good deal on them. Don't know what the speakers are like. We may have to upgrade the speakers inside. But I'm pretty excited about it. We'll get the graphics remade, and if you look at the color on here, I'm thinking it's the same as the hood or very close. So that's close enough to pass. That's what we'll wrap them with. I got lots of extra vinyl of that color. So exciting stuff. I'll probably polish them up a bit on the face and clean them up, and see if I can get some of this text remade, make them look like they're new, and if we have to, we'll upgrade the speakers. I pulled apart the TSX9, and I wanted to see the condition of the speakers, and I assumed they would be about like this. And the tweeter I think's okay. It is, from what I'm gathering here, if you're looking at the back, this guy just kind of screws in here and sits in place. The thing is, I think I'm going to retrofit it with some new speakers in here that will handle the power, and we'll get a nice good sound out of this box. The box is like really high quality, so that should be fun to put in the car. But those will be for the back window. They are much bigger than I expected, sitting in the back window here. There's one of them. But good retro piece in there. The biggest thing is it going to clear the rear window? And that we will find out once the glass goes in. Working on the TSX9, I am bringing up some life into these Pioneer logos, and this is actually aluminum plate with paint on the inside. So what I'm going to do is just sand the surface of it. It's brushed, I'm gonna see if I can get it sanded a little bit cleaned up, and after that's done, I want to mask them off and paint this with SEM. I believe this is plastic, these black parts, before we get to vinyl wrapping them. After 220 grit sanding, the shine is there. And this one is rough, but the other one looked the same way. So, here we go. I'm not sure of the material on these speakers, but the goal is to paint them with SEM. I think it's kind of a rubberized plasticky coating over metal. I'm gonna give it a shot and we'll see if it works. Get them cleaned up real good. Well, the SEM seems to have worked on there. A little foreshadow, when the tape comes off, they're gonna look like new. Black paint's done. Time to wrap these things. We'll let her dry overnight. Mac over at Steel Tree took this photograph with some measurements. I'd sent a photograph of this to him, and he made me up a couple decals. So thank you very much, Mac. This will go a long ways in making these look good. They're perfectly to scale. Awesome, thank you. I sanded out some of the imperfections as it's been banged around quite a bit. And now I'm gonna let it dry because I've primed it. Just use this stuff here. It's aluminum, so I just want to have a little bit of corrosion resistance. It's not going to be sitting outside, so I don't expect it to be very wet. And then we'll wrap it after that. Let it dry up. I've put a little bit of fiberglass filler in the corners here. I don't think it'll vinyl wrap very well when it's been dinged pretty good in some of these corners, so I'm just going to sand these down, and if we go through the aluminum, we'll just spray a little bit more primer on there, and then we'll get them vinyl wrapped. Got the corners fixed up, reprimed where I've sanded. Should wrap a lot nicer. Finished vinyl wrapping this guy here. And you can see the color is very similar. It's the same vinyl I used on the louver. So now we're going to install this decal here. And that part is done. And then we'll have a before and after of these. Getting the decals lined up and on. Looks so cool. Pretty impressed with this. Restored this face here. And that's the original. We got the backs done. Or the back on this side is done. Now I'm going to do this one. I just wanted to get some before and afters. So both speakers are now fully restored. And man, they look so cool in here. I just got it flipped around so you can get a little bit of context. And a little bit dusty. I've been sitting in the shop a little bit at this point already. But let's flip it around here. Let's get the back behind the car shot. Oh yeah, they're going to be so cool in there. And with those updated speakers that I have planned, it should sound really nice. I know they're not huge speakers, but Bob and I were talking that such a small cabin probably doesn't need a ton of big speakers in there. It should sound really good. Plus it's aiming right at the windshield of the car. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And I figure I'd give you one more beauty shot of these guys before the retrofit of speakers happens to them. Well, guys and girls, it's been good. We got some fun stuff done here, some unique stuff for the build, and I'm pretty happy that it's turned out as well as it did. Next time, we're going to be doing interior stuff as well. I'm going to be getting a bunch of restoration done on interior panels, and you'll get to see a little bit more of the seating in this car. I think you'll be seeing that. If not, it'll be coming up shortly. So that's the goal. We'll try and bring that video to you next week. But until next time, stay safe and have some fun out in your shop.